Time for a nice little stroll on my horse. What the? Ah! Poor horsey. Welcome to another mod spotlight. This time I have the Deadly World mod by Father Toast. Pretty much this mod makes your world up. I think this sums it up rather well. Let me just... Well, that was a tower spawner, which spawns an arrow spawner and another block below it. This was a double, and a fire double, actually. You can choose if they use fire arrows or not. But anyway, this mod adds a whole bunch of different world gen options, and they're all vanilla still. It doesn't add any new blocks, any new mobs, entities, items, or such. It just adds various vanilla-based items, or modified items, like an arrow spawner. And like all of Father Toast's mods, this one has a great config file allowing you to turn off features you don't want and change the ratios of all the different world gen and all that kind of stuff. In the config, I have a download for a config pack even that has a whole bunch of different config presets you can use, as well as more information on how to config it, because I don't want to go into all the details here, because it gets rather technical with all the different options there are. So if you're interested in modifying the config, check out the description and look into that config pack, or ask around on the forums if you need help. Anyway, this is using a modified version of the config to have a whole bunch more spawners, so let me go and show you some of the features of this mod. Oh boy. Well, as you see here, there's a silverfish with a whole bunch of buffs, and this is called an angered silverfish. There was a whole bunch of cobblestone around here, and as you just saw, the block broke because an angered silverfish just move around and they'll summon their silverfish allies out of the blocks nearby. And this was the silverfish vein. I'll get to veins in a minute though. But yeah, this is the general gist of what a silverfish spawner is. As a spawner and an item below it, you can configure the chance of each item, but this one has a chest. Now, veins come in 4 different types: sand, lava, water, and silverfish. You can choose how common they are, how big they are, and what range they spawn in, and well, the silverfish just seem to have vanished, but you can have them as more just general hazard when mining around. So yeah, they're pretty cool, veins. Oh, here we have a mine. I kind of missed it because it was covered, but mines along with spawners and other traps can be covered by pressure plate or carpet. You can configure the chance of both. And the mine just is a TNT spawner that will explode. Here's a silverfish spawner that's more intact. As you can see, it breaks silverfish blocks, and there's also a chest below this one. If you see the dripping up here, this is obviously a lava vein, which also happened to be a silverfish vein. Oh my god, this is crazy. Here's another feature. This is a vanilla dungeon, granted not in the best shape, and it has a covered spawner or armored spawner in it. In the config, you can choose the chance for a dungeon to use a different type of spawner. It can have an arrow spawner, brutal, or swarm. This one was a covered, a variation of the normal spawner that you can set, which is harder to get to, and usually have a rare chest under it, but this one didn't have any. Oh boy, that's a lot of silverfish. Okay, here's another type of covered spawner. Oh, it's a fire spawner. These are rare to generate just because they have more trouble generating, and they're also very hard to destroy. I've been creative punching this, and look, I can not destroy it because the fire... There we go. Maybe that will... There we go. Ooh. But yeah, it's very hard because the fire flies about, making or blocking the hitbox. So yeah. Here's another silverfish spawner, although this one probably isn't a chest. Yep, this one has a trap below it. Okay, here's a couple cool spawners. Here's a covered spawner, or an armored spawner, which is a normal spawner with a chest below it, and this chest has much better loot. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but you can modify the chest loot. Wow, we just lucked out here. You can modify the chest with custom chest loot mod, which I already reviewed. They all have different chests. And it's a bit confusing though. Pretty much the chests you see in the config file are the rogue and valuable chests, and the other chests are unique to different spawners. Anyway, this is a boss mob. You can set the chance for them to spawn with armor, the chance for it to be enchanted, the chance for them to have a buff. This one has water breathing, how much regen they have, how much knockback resistance, speed, damage, and health compared to a normal mob. And when you kill them, they drop a special enchanted item. Pretty good. Here's another rare spawner called a brutal spawner. It spawns with a block above it, then the spawner which actually just punch, and usually a chest below it. And see all the buffs on those mobs? They're brutal. And just to demonstrate, this is Diamond Sword. It only deals 1 damage usually on them. So you can see how a spawner like this is very hard, especially if it's a creeper. This is a potion spawn. Oh god. That was apparently that was a various one with a whole bunch of random effects. I can finally see a bit now. But yeah, potion spawners will spawn and throw potions at you, so watch out for those. This just seems to be a normal spider spawner. This is a trap spawner. It spawns a mob with TNT on its head. It's covered usually, and yeah, they just explode like that. This is a brutal creeper spawner. You can turn off the spawners by type though, so if you don't want to deal with brutal creepers, you don't have to, and I don't blame you. Oh wow. Apparently, oh my god, this is, I don't know what, this might be a, I think this is a dungeon tower spawner with a swarm zombie spawner. Let's see. Yep, that's a swarm zombie spawner. You do not want to deal with one of them, especially if it's next to a tower arrow spawner. Oh, here's the final feature. It's a random chest. Just a random chest. Depending on how deep they are, they'll have better loot. This one didn't have any explosives, although you can choose to have trap ones as well. Here's another chest. If we open this one up, oh, that has a mine under it. But yeah, that's pretty much the mod. You have a ton of different types of spawners and traps and other things you can turn on or off and configure how you want, each with different types of chests if you want to go in and modify the loot. And just to mention, by default it is not as deadly as shown in this mod. This is pretty much just the highlights of some of the more deadly things I found. So yeah, it's a really awesome mod. It works great, especially with other mods, so you can increase the difficulty of finding those fancy new ores. And personally, is one of my favorite mods. Oh my god, this place is crazy. If you have any trouble with the mod or configuring it or anything else like that, just ask on the forums. There's a link to the forum topic in the description, so I'd go there. Also in the description, I have a link to a download of a config pack for this mod, which has a whole bunch of different presets I made, like easy mode, toast mode, the one I'm using now, because Toast likes it hard. And there's also like traps only, spawners only, and different variants like that. So if you're interested in any of those or learning more about the config, because I include a nice little guide on how the config works, check out that link below. Well, until next time, goodbye.